I like to talk about Jerusalem and its history. It is very educational for all of us to know about its background. So I'm going to discuss very briefly about the facts. Jerusalem is an old city, and there are two important places, as you can see. Most of the time we see the picture on the left. So the question is, which one is Masjid al-Aqsa or Al-Aqsa Masjid? You can see on the left side, that is called the Dome of the Rock, and on the right side is called Al-Aqsa Masjid. They are two different places facing each other. Just to briefly describe the connection from Ibrahim alayhi salam to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As you can see, Ibrahim alayhi salam has two sons, Ishaq and Ishmael. Through Ishaq we have Musa alayhi salam and Isa alayhi salam, and through Ishmael we have Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he came in the year 610. So there is a difference of time from 1900 BC of Ibrahim alayhi salam to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about 2500 years. And as you can see, these three prophets are connected. Musa alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam connect through Ibrahim alayhi salam. It's good to know that all the historical facts we have about Musa alayhi salam's stories and Isa alayhi salam's stories are also referred in the Quran. And anybody who has gone to Makkah, you can see the house of Allah, Kaaba, which is built by Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Ishmael. And next to Kaaba we have Maqam Ibrahim, where you can see the footprints of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And on the left side we have Al-Khalil in Hebron, where is the grave of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And this place is equally important for all three religions. If anyone goes inside, you can see that right now, because it is occupied area, so there are three areas assigned: one for the Muslims area, one for the Christians, one for the Jewish people, and they pray at the same area, inside the same building. Just to give you some background information, as you know that the Qibla, originally Qibla was towards Jerusalem. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to pray towards Jerusalem. And there is a distance, as you can see, from Makkah to Medina is about 300 miles. From Medina to Jerusalem is about 600 miles. So when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam he went to Medina, the Qibla is changed from Jerusalem to Makkah. And that is one of the reasons. If you go to Medina, you can see there is a masjid. It's called Masjid al-Qiblatain in Medina. It has two Qiblas, one facing towards Jerusalem. In fact, while Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was praying inside the masjid facing towards Jerusalem, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed, which is in the Quran, that the Qibla is changed to Makkah. So during his prayers, he actually turned towards Qibla, towards Makkah. And that's how this masjid is so significant. Anyone can go to Jerusalem. It is difficult because it is an occupied land. I had an opportunity to go over there after Hajj from Amman. From Amman is about 50 miles. It takes an hour to go to the border. You cross King Hussein Bridge. And once you go to the other side, it's about 10 miles. It takes about 20-25 minutes. You can go to the Jerusalem. It's old city Jerusalem. And most of the popular entrance is the Damascus Gate. Just to give you some background information about old city Jerusalem, it has a total length of 2.8 miles long. The city is surrounded by this wall. There are 320 acres of land, roughly half square miles area of this old city. There are 4 quarters. Roughly 1/3 of the area is occupied by the Muslims, which is the Muslim quarter. And the whole area is raised about 16 to 49 feet high. On that height, Masjid al-Aqsa and Dome of the Rock is situated, which occupies an area of about 26 acres of land. The city has 11 gates to enter across the wall. So I'm going to show you. This is the city. As you can see, there are 4 quarters. One is the Muslim quarter, one is the Christian quarter, one is the Armenian quarter, and the other one is Jewish quarter. And most popular gate, as I mentioned earlier, is the Jerusalem Damascus gate, where most of the Muslims enter because that is the Muslim area and that is the common place of entrance. And as you can see from this map, that the Dome of the Rock and Masjid al-Aqsa are placed in a very important juncture. And outside you can see there are many other historical places which are important to other religion. So this Dome of the Rock and Masjid al-Aqsa are very important place for Muslims to know about. You can see from the top, it looks clearly the Dome of the Rock and Masjid al-Aqsa facing each other. And this is the overview, as you can see. This is the Dome of the Rock and this is the Masjid al-Aqsa. They are facing each other. And this is the Damascus gate, popular gate, through which you can enter and go into the Masjid al-Aqsa. When you go through this gate, inside there are a lot of shops. Most of the shops, bazaars, are 100% Muslims. So you go through the bazaar and then come to the area where Masjid al-Aqsa and Dome of the Rocks are located. Just to give you some background information about the history of Dome of the Rock, as you know that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was born in 570, and up to 623 he was in Makkah, and then he migrated to Medina. He lived 10 years over there up to 633. In 621, just 2 years before he departed to Medina, he traveled to Jerusalem, which is called Isra, with Angel Jibril alayhi salam. And when he went to Jerusalem, he prayed with all other prophets, and then he ascended to the heavens, which we call Miraj. He met and prayed with all prophets, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed him all the unseen, what will happen in the grave, what will happen in the day of judgment, what will happen in the heaven or hell, all those things unseen which has been shown to him. And then he was sent back to the earth and he was able to describe. In the year 638, when Umar Farooq radiallahu anhu, when he was the Khalifa, he traveled to Jerusalem to receive the key of the city. Because the non-Muslims who were living in the city, they said that we are going to hand over the key to the Khalifa himself if he comes in person. And that is one of the reasons Umar Farooq with one of his brother traveled all the way to Jerusalem to take over the key and the city. And after that, about roughly, you can see about 50 years later, 685 to 691, Umayyad Khalifa Abdul Malik started building this Dome of the Rock. Here's a very important reason, because that place is very significant, as you can see, center of all other religious places. So he started construction. He could not complete. His son Al-Walid eventually completed the Dome of the Rock. The dome is about 60 feet in diameter, about 65 feet high, and the total height of the entire building is about 100 feet. The structure is octagonal. That means it has 8 sides, and the dome has double columns with pillars and columns. The walls and ceilings has a lot of decoration and with a lot of images which are very, very unique in those days. As you can see, this building is almost 1200 years old. So there are a lot of historical significance, a lot of arts, images are implanted all over the places, inside and outside. Unfortunately, in the year 1104, when the Crusaders captured this place, they turned into a church.